Welcome to the Lake Show, where you can find out what's going on in and around Lake Loudoun. This show is brought to you by the Fort Loudoun Lake Association, a nonprofit environmental conservation organization that keeps Fort Loudoun Lake safe, clean, and fun. I'm Angela Howard, the Executive Director of Fort Loudoun Lake Association, and I work with zone managers and an in-house scientist who remove trash and debris daily, educate our community on pollution prevention, and monitor stormwater and the health of our streams. Today I'm very happy to welcome a very special person to me and to the Fort Loudoun Lake Association, Allison Kelly. Welcome, Allison.
Thanks.
She's a media and communication specialist, and she interned with us for a year, about over a year now.
Yeah.
Brought a lot to our organization, but today I'm really going to ask her questions about the lake. And the first question is, what brought you to this organization?
Well, I was doing a job search, and I was about to actually move to Mobile, Alabama with my best friend, and I was on or either DC. I couldn't decide. It was either Mobile or DC. I was going south or north. And I was doing a job search, and I was, I just put my resume in there and just let it go. And I hear back about a month later, and I didn't really want to go, so this gave me a great excuse to just try it out and see what Knoxville could bring me, since I'm from here, and then we had that interview, and we just kind of hit it off from day one. I think I ended up spending like an hour and a half there at our interview.
Right, so we had that kind of connection, but where are you from?
I'm from Seymour.
And you grew up around the lake, but what did your parents tell you?
I did grow up around the lake, but my parents wouldn't let me in the lake, so anytime there was a lake party or something, they made sure to tell me not to get in the water.
Why was that?
It was Fort Nasty. It was dirty water.
Had that bad reputation.
Yeah, it did.
That was then.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now.
It is. This is now. And now I'm trying to promote the cleaner lake that we're...
So tell me this. This is a hard question, I know, but what have you learned overall, just as a broad topic? What have you learned working for the Fort Loudoun Lake Association?
Overall, the lake is not as bad as people think it is.
Oh,
it's really not.
Even after your parents wouldn't allow you in it?
I mean, I believe my parents, whatever they tell me, but
right. Good kid.
It's really not as bad as people think it is. I mean, years ago when I was in high school, I would never have gone paddleboarding in downtown, but you and I went just a few months ago, and it was perfectly fine.
It was?
Yeah, it was clean. It wasn't completely nasty like I expected it to be.
So you've learned that it's not as bad, so that means there's not as much pollution.
Right.
Especially that internal stuff that we don't see that makes it kind of smell bad and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't super smelly. There were, just a few leaves, but that's normal, so.
Right. And then, of course, there's some of the debris and the trash. And so let me ask you this. What have you learned about an organization? I mean, you know it from the inside out. So we're trying to pull you back out a bit and give you an overview. But there's our organization. There's the river. And can you tell the audience what is it that we bring together and that is really needed maybe for this river and for Knoxville?
Well, coming into the organization, I was not really clear on what you guys did. And so I came in to try to help clear up that message, bring in a better website, bring in Facebook, and kind of coming into the organization and growing with it and figuring out what it's all about, you come to figure out that it's a necessity to have an organization like this in Knoxville in order to, promote people to help clean up the lake, to celebrate this wonderful asset that we have that is...
To really care for...
Yeah, to really care for what we have here in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we couldn't do it without an organization like this to lead the charge and a cleaner Fort Loudoun. Otherwise, it would just go back to Fort Nasty.
Because is there anybody else doing this?
No, we have our zone managers out there. Even our scientist is out there. And
right.
It's incredible, the teamwork and the passion people have for this river. And that's a great thing to be a part of.
Right. So some of the people that I brought on the show, and you've heard and seen some of them, is about promoting the river. And there's kind of two things being a media and communication specialist. Your whole focus is promoting.
Right.
But you have kind of a dual job. One is letting people know that they're hurting the river, who are, when they put a cup down in Fountain City, it ends up in our lake.
Yep.
And then there's the other message. Come to the river, enjoy the river, stick your feet in the river, have a picnic by the river, paddleboard, grab a boat. You don't have to do any of that. So what's your favorite? What's your favorite part?
My favorite part? I don't know. I like playing the Jekyll and Hyde. Figuring out, trying to promote people to, I don't know, helps you switch gears and figure out, how to educate people and how to get people to the water. And it's neat to see the different educational routes we can go with bringing people to the water or teaching them not to throw trash in the water.
So is there one more important than the other?
Prevention is definitely more important, I think. When you get down to the heart of it, we wouldn't have a clean lake without not throwing trash in it. So prevention, education, advocacy, those things, our RAMP thing, our remove, remove, advocacy, monitor, and protect.
Yeah.
So it's all a whole thing, but I think it starts at education and prevention. When the kids are coming home from school and telling their mom and dad not to throw their cigarette butt out the window, it's
maybe not even the whole ashtray.
Yeah,
would be nice.
Yeah, that would be good too. But it starts there.
Even in the stormwater, the drains. We had the Conservation Expo recently, which the city put on. It's a wonderful, wonderful expo. It's a 100-year-old celebration of something they did in 1913 at Chilhowie Park. So they brought us all back together, and we had a thing called the Enviroscape there. And it's a model of a community, from factories to farmlands to the residents and the urban part. And it shows how every little thing, you know this, but every little thing that anybody does lands in our river. And how, okay, you're the communication and media specialist, and I know that you're really good because you've helped us out a lot. How do we get that message out? How, given that we have an older generation and a younger generation, how do we impart the responsibility for these people? How do we do it?
I mean, there's so many different outlets we can, you can't blanket the media enough to get this message out there. But like I said before, prevention, education prevention, and then social media, this whole new world of social media to get it out, the Kickstarters, the blogs, everything, to the Instagrams, Vine, you name it, you can promote a clean river to reach different audiences. You can target advertisements these days in the most creepiest ways to reach people. So
we don't want to be creepy.
No, it's not creepy, but if say you bought a chair online, we can target people who bought a certain kind of chair online. It's just crazy the things you can do to get to people, and it's amazing how you can get a message out through the internet now.
Well, that's great. So, what can you tell our audience to tell them how they can help get this message out?
Our audience can help by sharing our posts, by sharing their pictures with us of them being on the lake. That would be great. I'd love to have a new database of fresh pictures to show, and then their videos on the lake and their stories of their family time and their cookouts, and
how are they going to share that?
Yeah, they can share it on our Facebook, on our Twitter, I'd love to get an Instagram and Vine up there, and on our website. We have a comment section on our different stories on our website, and you can call us.
But for you need it on some kind
social media,
right? On some kind of digital format.
Yeah, that's just the generation.
So our website, FLLAKE.org. They can go and put comments, and those can be shared with everybody.
Okay.
Facebook, I know that people access that a lot, and that's just search for Fort Loudoun Lake Association, because there's other Fort Loudons out there. And then Twitter, how do they get in touch with us on Twitter?
Twitter, it's FLLA 956, like our address, 956 Volunteer Landing Lane. You just search our handle at FLLA 956, and you can follow us on there and retweet us, or maybe shoot a tweet at us that you think we might find interesting to retweet. Or
what are we tweeting about, since you're our Twitter master?
Well, recently we've been tweeting about leaving a clean lake in our wake, and wondering what other people are doing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so we want to hear people's stories. We're trying to get interactive with our audience and trying to figure out what people
are interested in.
Yeah, what they do on the lake and why they want it to be a clean lake.
And we have our zone managers out there, and they're giving us their pictures, right, of the before and after. I know that Kirk's been out in the county doing that.
And he does the good blogs he's saving wildlife and, our cow wrangling and things like that. It's just, it never ends, really.
Well, and we're the people out on the lake.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's cold or rainy or what have you, we're out on that lake, we're monitoring it, we're watching to see if there's oil spills, oil slicks. Then we're Facebooking, tweeting. We're beginning to Instagram a bit, mostly just tweeting.
Yeah, and we're on YouTube. We put all of our episodes on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. If you miss an episode,
You can always go to our YouTube channel.
and you can get that from the website.
You can get it on the Facebook and the website and our newsletter. Our newsletter's a huge resource.
That's the best way.
Yeah,
actually.
I think so. Yeah, it
To
definitely is.
go on the website, and there's a join our newsletter, and you only get one newsletter a month, and it's really about the great things that are happening at Fort Loudoun Lake, either on the lake or things that are happening in the organization, and volunteer events,
Yeah.
and ways to donate.
And then we get a message from the executive director and what her view of how things are going.
Who? The executive
I don't know.
director?
I don't
Oh,
know.
me.
And you get to hear about our upcoming events like the Monster Bash that's coming up this week.
That's right.
So-
We have a big Halloween. And that's a wonderful, it's actually a couple that have come to know our work and are throwing this big party down at Concord Marina. I'm not sure the show is going to be out in time.
It might be. Sometimes it airs on Tuesdays, so it might be.
All right. Well, if they do, it's the 25th. It's at, I believe, 7 o'clock. Come costumed. It's $35. It's live music and a DJ and food
Yeah.
and drinks. It's supposed to be a ton of fun. We went last year, and we stand to make some money, which is great, which always goes, and everybody needs to know this. If you donate any amount of money, it goes to help our guys out on the water, stay on the water, first of all, and expand their hours on the water. We did get our boat from the city, which was wonderful.
Yeah, that is great.
And now we need actually some more man hours down in Loudoun and Blount County. The boat is at the Loudoun Marina. So we have 4 boats on the water now. We have a city boat, a county boat, a Willow Point boat, and now a Loudoun Blount County boat.
And our new boat was a really popular post on Facebook.
Oh, was
yeah,
it?
it got
See?
shared a lot, and I was really happy with that one.
That's great.
Yeah.
We have one of our zone managers has been there for a long time.
I bet Jake's super happy with that boat. Having a blast.
That's a nice boat. And we will be having a press release with the city
Good.
In November, because the city's done a lot of good things for us.
They really
You know,
have.
they get us, and they know that we really help keep the city and the urban area on the water clean. Well, we only have a few minutes left, but
Yeah.
if you could say anything to this audience, because you all don't know this, but she's been behind the scenes watching and being a part of every one of these shows. What
If I
would
could
you
say anything to the audience.
just impart, your parting words?
I really don't know. I was trying to think of it before the show, but this organization is an asset to Knoxville, and this lake is an asset to Knoxville, and one of the greatest destinations and things to do in Knoxville. So I think we need to keep it beautiful and have an organization like this to help keep it beautiful. So
So the next word you would say is donate now?
yeah, donate now. Go to FLLAKE.org and donate now with your PayPal, or become a member, or whatever you want to do, become a volunteer, however you want to donate.
And you don't have to be you don't have to have PayPal.
you don't have
though.
to. No, you don't
Or you
have
can send
to.
us a check.
Yeah.
And everything's on the website.
And if you just want to talk to us, send us an email or give us a call. And you know the number, 865.
523-3800. Oh, that's good. Wow. Well, Allison, we've always loved every bit that you've given this organization, and it really has done a lot more, especially communicating the protection and the advocacy, I can't say it, that we need for this lake.
Well, I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, thanks so much. And let me thank all of you for joining us today. And remember, what we do is RAMP, RAMP. Remove trash and debris daily, advocate and educate, monitor the stream health, and protect our lake. Thank you so much.